Anglers who like and regularly use Haldorado products have surely noticed that we come out with some kind of new product almost every week. Well, this is no coincidence, as we have shifted into a higher gear, and our determined goal is to complete the Haldorado product range with useful small items and accessories that make anglers' lives easier, while also being affordably priced. Baiting needles are a must-have in every angler's tackle box. These 5 different ones, in my opinion, cover every need. Among them, there is an ultra-thin spear type, an ultra-thin latch type, a drill, and a long latch type needle suitable for threading PVA bags and sticks. I intentionally left this special threading needle for last, and I will show you separately how to use it. Unfortunately, as time goes by, people's eyesight deteriorates, and it's not always easy to find the smallest holes. The tool I just showed you is actually a great help with this. By pushing this special threading needle through the ring of the nose, you can easily insert the free end of the line into this loop, and then by pulling it back, the line is threaded through the ring of the nose and the wraps are secured. Now we can also thread the line much more easily into thin silicone tubes this way. What used to be a struggle is now just a single motion. The first of the next 3 useful tools is a serrated edge line cutting scissors. With this, we can cut even the thinnest braided line almost millimeter by millimeter. Thanks to its serrated edge, it doesn't push the line ahead of itself, but instead snips it easily in one motion. This is a knot and line tightening tool, for example, for securing loop knots at the end. Or it's a perfect tool for securing hook knots as well. Another useful little tool is a line stripper with which we can easily strip braided lines of 0.2, 0.3 and 0.5 millimeter thickness, removing their coatings. Here, by securing the braided line between the knife blades or the edges and firmly holding and pulling it from the other side, as you can see, it neatly pulls off and strips away the coating. Besides practicality, aesthetics and good appearance are just as important. As you can see, these also come in blue and black colors that match the Haldorado products. The tungsten, that is, the tungsten-weighted Carp accessories, represent the highest quality in their category. These are much more resistant, much more durable, and more flexible than traditional plastic hook aligners, rubber cones, or any other devices. And thanks to the tungsten, these are also environmentally friendly weighted components. Rubber beads or rubber stoppers are very popular when it comes to creating buffer points in end tackle setups. The pinnacle of this is the tungsten swivel beads, which is a very practical and well-designed rubber stopper. What's interesting about it is that there's a notch on the thicker end, and by aligning it properly, you can easily push the ringed end of the swivel into it, and you've already created the buffer point. The smaller size is excellent for buffering method feeders, while the larger size is perfect for boilie leads and end rigs. The tungsten oval bead is a rubber stopper and bead in one, weighted with tungsten, and is available in 4, 6 and 8 millimeter sizes. Its function is to prevent the hook link from lifting off when threaded onto it, for example, when using a floating bait. The smaller sizes are excellent for use as bait stoppers when threaded onto a hair rig, where they can also regulate the buoyancy of the floating bait. This is how you need to thread it onto the hook link, but before making the hook link, think it through to decide whether you actually need it. Because once we've made the hook link and tied a loop at the end, it's very difficult or almost impossible to push this rubber bead over the knot since it's quite tight, so these should always be put on beforehand. But we also have a solution if we need to add weight to a hook link afterwards. That's what this tungsten putty is for, an environmentally friendly tungsten paste which can be molded as you like. By carefully tearing off a small piece and then precisely placing it onto the hook link, you can meticulously shape it very nicely and securely, ensuring that it absolutely doesn't come off at all, even during vigorous activity. Just like that, nice and neat. And now we have a weighted hook link where the weight was added afterwards. These quick change rubber cones are also made from the same tungsten weighted material. These are much softer than traditional plastics, yet they are extremely durable, and at the same time they can be easily pushed onto the clip without any effort. There are also hook aligners made from this special tungsten weighted material. We offer 2 different types for this, a short shank and a long shank version, and of course they are available in L and M sizes to match the size of the hook. colored hook aligners are becoming increasingly popular, especially when using brightly colored pop-up baits. To meet these needs, we also offer this in our range, so within one package you can find versions in red, yellow, pink, white and green. The last product I'd like to show you is a practical bait stopper set. It contains 2 boards. There are already millions of types of these bait stoppers, but I selected these and included them in this package because they are my personal favorites. Among them there is a short V-stopper, a long V-stopper, and a classic long bead-shaped stopper. If you liked any of the products, you can find them in our online store or at any of our reseller partners that carry Haldorado products.